My name is Ruth Akumbu, and I am an Adjunct Professor at Bushnell. A friend of mine was defending, and I attended her defense. And in that process, I met one of her friends who is at Bushnell, and she said, "Hey, come to our school. We have lots of opening. If you move to Oregon, we can hire you," or something like that. And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's too cold up there. I'm not moving there." But eventually, as time went by, we continued the conversation, and there was an opening. So I took her place for the classes that she was teaching, or at least one of the classes that she was teaching. So that's how I ended up at Bushnell. My teaching philosophy is deeply rooted in social learning and participatory teaching, or learning theories or teachings, right? So the whole goal is to see my students fully engage in the work that they do in classroom. So it's not just me lecturing and talking their head off. It's more of a partnership between us in the classroom. So I believe that effective teaching is grounded in an understanding of the learner's environment and the learner's cultural background. Even as a faith school, it is important to understand that some of the students that come into our school do not generally share the same faith or beliefs as we do. So as I work with students, I always encourage them. This is a Christian school. You are welcome to explore your faith in your papers that you write, in your posts that you write, in the discussions that we have. You are allowed to explore your own faith. So by me having a faith, it gives me room to be respectful of other people's faiths or religious backgrounds, at the same time without imposing mine on them. The first thing that I think a student will learn from my class is how to think globally. Like, you're not only thinking nationally or domestically, but you're thinking globally. And the global mindset is the ability to view problems, solutions through the lens of other people's lenses, actually, and not just your lens. The world is changing. In the 21st century, it is absolutely important for every student to have cultural skills, to be adaptable, to be inclusive, and just to be malleable to what is happening in the world around them. And it is very important not to be one-minded, not just focus on your environment, just what you know, what your community knows. It's important to know broadly what's happening in other communities. If you're a student at Bushnell and you know there is an international student, make friends with that international student, learn from that international student. I am considered an international teacher also. So if you're in my classroom, take advantage of that. Learn about the world from me. Learn about the work I have done in other countries. Learn how you can be a better leader outside of the United States, outside of your own community. So my main thing will be work towards understanding the world beyond your world. Service to me is a ministry, and everything I do is in one way, shape, or form. The goal is to minister and to serve others. When I'm teaching in the classroom, the priority is, how am I serving my students in this process? Am I being purposeful with the work that I'm doing for my students? Am I making sure that their needs are being met? Am I making sure that what they are learning is going to not only serve them, but serve their community? So in that way, I, as a teacher, I'm also serving them by giving them the tools that they need to serve their community, or in their job places, or in their churches, or wherever they are. It is quite important that I have that lining of faith, which allows me to be an authentic whole person at Bushnell. Right? Because I walk in there with my whole self as a Black woman, as an African native, as a U.S. citizen, as a Christian, and as a woman, right? So I come there with my full self every day, and it makes me truly happy that I can work in a place where I can show up as my authentic self every day.